Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We just on our way, you know, doing our thing. We're gonna do Love and Hip Hop Miami and Love and Hip Hop New York, but bitch, it's dark. I'm gonna have to start memorizing shit. I can't write shit down, but you know my memory is real bad. Anyway, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the demon know you stopped by. Let's see. Do I have any church news and announcements? I'm trying to think. Last night, what's going on last night? They was talking about Biden last night on the down to the internet, but I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't even fucking care, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? This shit is dumb as fuck. Oh, Kamala endorsed Biden, and I think people are freaking out. And I don't know why anybody's freaking out. You know how they do? That's what I'm like, you know how they do. Like, okay, let me get behind. We against each other, but I'm going to get behind you when I need to, because, you know, I either need to, you know, further my political career or secure a job, a possible job or anything. So anyways, let me talk to y'all about Love and Hip Hop New York. It was a finale. I didn't even know it. This tea is so damn good, y'all. Oh, shit. You know, I go through my phases. I drink coffee, and then tea. So, Olivia and Rich, they start off where they left off. It sounds like they had a misunderstanding. Sounds like the paperwork wasn't filled out correctly. And I guess it's all a matter of who you believe. Do you believe Rich? Rich seems very sincere about the situation. I just don't get a bad vibe, but you know, you never know. You never know. Motherfuckers do shit to people that they love, okay? So you just don't ever know. And they keep showing clips of Rich telling Olivia he loves her, talking like he got a speech impediment. I was like, what was going on? I don't even remember that. I don't even remember what was going on. But they kept showing it over and over again. I guess to show that Rich does love Olivia. But, you know, I mean, I don't know why he would steal from her. Like I said, it sounded like a misunderstanding to me. Cisco's always in the middle of some shit, bitch. And I know y'all noticed how they snuck Peter Guns back into the damn season. I don't know how they snuck your ass back in there. Peter the Guns. Remy goes over Erica's house and asks her how she's doing with the baby and shit like that. Peter Guns and Cisco's outside playing basketball. He said, I might have said something to Olivia, but it wasn't because she never mentioned Rich. I was just telling her, giving her advice on how to find out about her numbers. And he said, well, you got to tell Rich that. You got to let him know. This is Peter Guns, right? And then, so he was like, you got to let him know. So he was like, okay, we're going to let him know. All right. So then Olivia and Yandy go and work out. They working out. And Yandy up there doing some stupid ass. Yandy gets on my nerves. She really does get on. She's so phony and fake. But she says she wants to buy her husband a get out of jail ring because she done lost his other ring, his wedding ring. So she wants to buy him a new ring. And Olivia's telling her, girl, just tell him you wanted to upgrade him. And she was like, he'll never know that I lost the ring, bitch. He watches this show. What the fuck? Like, you sound dumb as hell. And then they get into like a little thing about Rich. And she was like, you always sticking up for Rich. And she was like, no, I just think that he really cares about you. I don't think he would do you wrong. I think that you have an understanding of it one way and he has a different understanding of it. And so there in that it's a misunderstanding. And I think that y'all need to sit down and talk. And she's like, whatever, you always sticking up for his ass. You know, you have your friends, they always sticking up for somebody that you don't, you know, I'm having beef with this person and you trying to be optimistic and be objective and shit. Take a side, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But Yandy was like, no, because I know that he cares about you. I don't think anybody has done any. She said basically the things that Rich was doing for Olivia, a man would do for his girlfriend, except for he was her manager. So they've said they're gonna talk. Okay, so she agrees or whatever. Fresher and Jen, just what I suspected. She gives him the ring back because he went and met with the girl, and she's like, no husband of mine would have done that. Girl, you sound so damn dumb. I mean, like, super dumb. Like, I just sound so stupid. You done been with this man since you was 17 years old. He done fucked 11 bitches. But because, exactly like I fucking said, just because now he's taking money from he basically was a whore for a bitch for $60,000. You mad because he's meeting her without you. Girl, he done met a lot of bitches without you. What the fuck is the problem? No husband of mine. You sound dumb as hell. So he was like, see, that's what happens. Like, we live in this society where the men think like, oh, let me just give her a ring and shut her ass up. You know what I'm saying? And then you get these bitches that put up with every fucking thing since you was 17 years old. You're not going anywhere, snowman. You're not going anywhere. I was like, Jen, shut up. You sound stupid. Dummy. Dummy. But that's what happens. And he was all like, what? And then, did you hear her say, the only reason why I didn't say no, I came up there to confront you. The only reason why I didn't say no, because I didn't want to embarrass you. How many times have I told y'all, men will propose to a bitch and she will not say no because she doesn't want to bruise his ego. I'm telling you. And that happens a lot more than you know. So what Jen did, and you knew she was going there to fuck with him. And when he came out with the ring, she was like, okay, well, I don't want to embarrass you and I don't want to bruise your ego in front of these people. So, yes. And everybody's so happy, even the kids and everything. But you ain't going nowhere. It don't matter. The ring don't mean a thing. But, see, you have some, for some people, the ring means everything. And men understand that. Let me just give her a ring. That'll hold her off for another 25 years. Shit, bitch. Let me just do that. And so she gave him the ring back. And he was like, throw that shit away, whatever. I don't give a fuck. And he just walked away. Fresher with a PH. It should be, you're just fuck boy with a PH. Nigga. It's ugly ass. Okay, Yandy goes and she goes and gets Mandingo's ring. Okay, she has a foster daughter. So how does that work, y'all? Can he be in the house with the foster kid? Because she's a ward of the state and he's a ward of the state until he get off probation. Then they have this conversation with his mother. I guess, you know, they coming back in the spring. I was like, okay, y'all gonna beat us in the head for a half a year for motherfucking Love and Hip Hop? God damn. And then the trailer for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was so long. Oh my God, it's a lot of shit going on. It really is a lot of shit going on. And you gotta be a different kind of person to just, I was just thinking about that. You gotta be a different kind of person to want a camera in your face 10 hours in a day, like following you, like a camera back here or a camera mounted up here or a camera mounted right here. But not, I mean, like, you know, this is what I do, but then something all the time, I can't imagine. I just don't. You got to have a level of, and we all say we all have a little bit of narcissist in us, right? And, you know, and it comes, you know, where, I mean, you know, the origin of it and where it comes from, you know, looking at himself in the, his reflection in the water, and what is he, drown or something like that? You so enamored with yourself and you looking at your reflection in the water, you drown. Isn't that how the story of narcissist goes? But anyways, all of us have a level of narcissism because social media would not exist without it, right? We do this stuff. The people got following around. Somebody's always on some type of camera. Even, you know, it doesn't matter from all levels. From all levels. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Look at Facebook. Facebook is like, it's like a bunch of aunties and uncles on World Star. It's a mess down to the Facebook, honey. I got out when the getting was good, bitch. I don't even know how to log into that motherfucker. They told me I have to send an ID. I was like, you're not getting my ID. That's the last thing you're gonna get from me, motherfucking Facebook, FBI directory. No. That's the last fucking thing you're gonna get from me, bitch. I'm good. No thanks. Anyway, so Yandy goes and gets Mandingo his ring. And he likes Rose Gold Girl. And we gonna see. Mandisi's is cute though. I'm not gonna even take that away from him. He looks like a little cartoon character. He's a cute little, like he looks like a little ladybug or something. He's cute. He's a cute dude. And Yandy, she, she's, 5 years, and she's like, oh my God, I don't know, and this and that, and I don't know, he's a different person, and and she was so excited, and I was just like, oh God, girl. And then Rich and Peter and Cisco go to meet, and Cisco tells him, I might have said something to Olivia, but it had nothing to do with you. I didn't know who she was talking about. And Rich goes, now this is the creep squad, right? Y'all some creeps. Y'all know what y'all capable of. Y'all do y'all dirt. Y'all know what kind of dirt y'all be doing. Y'all share the dirt that y'all do with each other, selectively, as we can see. Rich, so after Cisco tells Rich that he might be behind the reason why him and Olivia got problems, he was like, okay, well, in the spirit of transparency, nigga, you gonna tell Peter that Amina stayed at your house during Super Bowl Sunday weekend? And he was like, what? Cisco was like, nigga, what are you doing, dude? Woo, I said, Rich Dollars is a messy bitch, messy as hell. I said, oh, y'all be talking amongst each other. See, men, I love it because men are no different than women, and we love to say, oh, they be gossiping, like women be gossiping. Honey, they be doing the most gossiping. Sit in a barbershop, okay? Sit in a barbershop. These niggas be gossiping. They talking shit, talking behind each other's back. How the fuck Rich knows that Amina spent the night at Cisco's house, bitch, and then tell Peter Guns? But then when they into it, like, I got this ammunition against you, nigga, I'm ready to use it whenever. So in the spirit of transparency, nigga, when you gonna tell Peter that Amina spent the night over your house? Woo, shit. He was like, what? Both Cisco and Peter was like, what? Nigga, what? Yes. That shit was so funny to me. And then Cisco was like, it wasn't even like that. You think I would fuck with your baby mom like that? I don't play like that. I'm not doing that. I'm not about to do that. But look, y'all are creeps, so no one knows what the other is capable of doing. You hear? You understand what I'm saying? So, but why, like, I'm like, okay, so does Peter have a right to be upset? Your homeboy let your child's mother, don't they got like 7 kids together? How many kids Amina and Peter got together? 3, 2? How many? You gonna let this, and they had a tumultuous and then Cisco was like, man, I wouldn't mess with Tara or Amina. You crazy? Like, come on, dude. So then Peter goes, so how would you like it if I told your baby mom she could spend the night stay the night with me? And Cisco was like, dude, don't play. You know how I don't play about my child's mother. Like, don't play with me. And he was like, because you know I could call her, and I mean, I could do that, right? I could have her spend the night with me. Baby Cisco jumped on fucking Peter Guns. That shit was so funny. And Rich was looking like, oh wait, I didn't know y'all was about to start fighting, like, for real. But that shit is shady. And then when you around a bunch of niggas who ain't shit, you don't know what the other nigga is capable of doing. That's why Mike Hill don't be around men. You understand? That's his rationale, because these niggas ain't shit. And so I don't want to be associated with that. But when you know the whole crew ain't shit, and you telling them, oh, my girl spent the night at your house, I don't know what you capable of, and you didn't even tell me. Peter was like, he should have called me and been like, dude, Amina is stranded. She don't have no place to go. She's gonna stay the night at my house. I'm just letting you know. Why didn't Amina tell you? That's what I was saying to the TV. Why didn't Amina tell you? Bitch, that shit was so funny to me. Rich was like, what is your problem? He was like, I do not play about my child's mother. I don't give a damn, and I ain't got to explain it. I said, I know that's right, Cisco. He said, should nobody ask me why? But at the same time, you using that same logic, right? To jump on Peter. But you don't understand why he was trying to antagonize you by saying he could call your baby mom and have her sleep at your house. His baby mother slept at yours, so slept at yours. I said sleeped. Sleeped, girl. Yes, that was so funny to me. And he was like, I do not play about my child's mother. I don't give a damn. That's my family. I don't care, and y'all know I don't play. Cisco told the producer, I shouldn't have to explain why I did that. I don't care what you say. You was being disrespectful. But at the same time, you was disrespectful. Why you didn't tell Peter that, oh, girl spent the night at your house? Huh? Oh, that shit was so funny to me. So then they show Erica and Safari had the baby. What's the baby's name? It's a little girl. Safari had to get out of there, honey. That was cute how they did that to make it seem like he was rushing. Child, don't believe it. Remy and Pat, they sound like they about to retire. What's going on? Remy is not popping. What's it? What's up? Pat, I feel sorry for you. I mean, you know what? Didn't they have a show, an idea for like a black love show? They on their black love shit. They should do that. They should do something. Oh my God, why are you turning so far? You should have got closer to the turning lane. Why are you in this lane turning? Okay. Rich goes, okay, so since they're coming back in the spring, you know, they do like a continuation. So I don't know if Pap and Remy's story ended. I don't know if they're coming back in the spring, but it seemed like Rich is coming back in the spring. He walks into the studio. We don't see who's he's in the studio with. Then they showed Kimbella looking up at a billboard of Jewel. She put out an EP for him or whatever, and I don't know what that is. She continuing? It's nothing else that she needs to be talking about, I guess. Because I mean, what? Sin talk about, you know, once upon a time Joe was her life, and I think it's time for me to just move on and blah blah blah. And you know what, she really, I have to say, she really handled that in a very mature way to be a 26-year-old girl. I think she really did a good job at handling that relationship with Joe, handling that shit with Tahiri. I think she did a good job. I'm gonna have to give it to her. Mandingo and Yandy, she go, let me out. She's going to see, she's going with Judy, Miss Judy, Big Booty Judy. And then Chrissy and Jim. Chrissy, you know, it ends with her. I don't know if she's coming back in the spring, but that was it. So tell me what y'all think of the Love and Hip Hop New York finale. So then we get on Love and Hip Hop Miami. And Sukihana, Chameleon, is it chameleon? It sounds like chameleon, like a chameleon. That's how she described it. But Sukihana kept calling her chameleon. Anyways, and Miami Tip, they were at a radio station 103.5 in Miami, and they started talking about different things that they're dealing with in the industry. I thought it was a great conversation. Sukihana was talking about her issues with colorism in the industry, and how, you know, the Caucasian and the Latina girls get the way. She said these girls be taking our shit and doing our shit and getting away with it, and we can't get away with it. I have to tone shit down. These bitches don't have to tone shit down. She was like, I'm very pro black, but I am nasty. I was like, come on, Sukihana, bitch. And you know, Suki was on, you know, I want to say about a year ago, she was online saying that she sold her soul. So I don't know what's going on with her, and I hope she's okay. So, you know, she said she has a lot of has a lot of problems in the industry. Chameleon talked about her grandmother being the first person in Mississippi, I think she said, to be electrocuted, and then you know, as a punishable in a crime, because she killed this white man who was trying to kidnap her. Well, the gun went off and he died, and so they said she killed him, and so they killed her for killing him, but he was trying to kidnap her, y'all. And I just be walking around this country and like just walking around through the city and thinking, like, white people really had and have like police and the government and systems that were really against people because of the color of their skin. Like, that shit is crazy to me. And then, like, really believing that and internalizing that, and then teaching their children, and like continue to teach their children that. Like, but then when I watch people on the street, I'm like, if you could, would you try to do something to me? Like, would I have been able to live in that time where these people were like, and how did the people who made it, how did they live through that? What did they do? Like, how do you walk down the street and somebody just start fucking with you just because you black, and then you can't even fight back? Because if you fight back, they're gonna call the cops, and the cops gonna beat your ass. Like, That shit is wild. It's a mind fuck. That shit is crazy as hell. Like, I really believe that black people in this country need to file a class action lawsuit against the United States government, because like niggas deal with PTSD, like just from driving around. You can have everything clean, and a cop get behind you and you like, oh my God, what the fuck am I gonna have to deal with today? That shit is crazy. Nobody should have to deal with that. Nobody should have to deal with that. And to think that the same feeling that I have or somebody else has when they come in contact, that is the same feeling our ancestors have. It's like, shit is just, I don't know. Okay, I don't even get to it. But that's what they were talking about. Tip was like, you know, I'm super light skinned. I'm always having to prove my blackness. I always got to do something ghetto in order for somebody to be like, okay, she's black. Their whole conversation is a whole conversation, like a whole hour conversation about the things that they're going through and how, you know, the colorism thing and this and that. She was like, I get, you know, basically, because I look like my ancestors, I can't make it. And I felt bad for her, but, you know, what it's going to do. Come on, can you hurry up? Can you fucking hurry up? Oh, my God. Like, really driving slow, girl. 20, 30 miles an hour. Amada and Mommy was sitting down talking. And Amada's having, you know, guilt or regrets about how she went about kicking MJ out of the house. Bitch, you was in full Negro novella mode. You knew exactly what you was doing, girl. You did you went in ultra dramatics, girl. You knew what you were doing. And she was like, I feel bad because it just happened so fast, and it just happened too fast. And then Amada's mommy was like, the faster the better. You got, when you recognize something, she was like, you already knew that something was wrong. You had too many indications that something was wrong, and it's best to get rid of it fast. Don't get it too much into it. In other words, don't invest too much time when you know, because then it's harder to leave after you've invested. She was like, cut it off. The faster the better. That's what she said. I said, yes, Mommy. I was in there screaming. I said, Mommy La Negra is giving her really good advice. Like, no, if you find out something is wrong, how many times, girl? How many times have you ignored a red flag? Look at Kenya Moore. All these red flags. Kenya even told Cynthia, bitch, if I told you the red flags that I ignored, bitch, you would be flabbergasted. And so now you got all this time, all this shit invested, you know what I'm saying? And honey, if the minute you notice something wrong, get the fuck out of here, lady. Lady, the minute you notice something wrong, get out of there. The faster the better. Start a new chapter. That shit is history. I was like, yes, Mommy La Negra, yes. So y'all been telling me in the comments that they back together, girl, whatever. So Trina and Joy and Bobby are going to the Bahamas. Joy is on her way to go pick up Trick. Trick is pissed. He's pissed. He's like, y'all trying to make me look like a fool. He pissed at the producers. They standing around. He's like, get these goddamn cameras out of my house. Y'all standing around. Y'all put my mugshot up on the screen. Y'all trying to play me like some... I don't play with the cops like that. I don't fool with the cops. See how people react? Do you see how people react? Like, do you see how people react? What the fuck? I don't know, child. Okay, anyway, what is going on with this thing? Is it shaking? Has it been shaking, y'all? I tried to move it to a more stable environment. Maybe it's not as bad, but we'll see. Anyways, it's a different angle. Have y'all noticed? Anyways, look at this, the moon. So he was like, get out of here with these cameras. Trick was so mad. He was so mad. And they're going to the Bahamas to kind of, you know, I guess for Trina, you know, to get some closure, to go visit her mother's family and things like that. And, you know, they're just going, you know, to get away. To, I guess, to finalize, you know, they grieving still. And Bobby and Joy was talking about how they still grieving, but they can't really grieve because, you know, they're trying to be strong for Trina because that's her mom, you know. Bobby kept crying. It was so sweet, you know, like they really loved this woman, and, you know, she had an impact on a lot of their lives. And apparently Trick and Joy wouldn't be together if it wasn't for Trina's mother, you know. And that was really sweet. So they going out there, but Trick was like, I'm not going nowhere, this and that. And even Bobby was like, turn the cameras off, because is he not going, like, is he for real not going to the Bahamas with us? And she was like, no. And when she walked in, when Joy walked in, bitch, that shit was so funny. She walked in the house and it was like, okay, where's Trick? And she was like, girl. And Trina was like, girl, why are you so dramatic? That was so cute to me. That was so cute to me. Like, honestly, Love and Hip Hop Miami has been very entertaining to me. Like, this season has been very entertaining. You know, they dealing with some, you know, like, different little issues and stuff like that. I don't think it's too, like, outlandish or, you know, just like too much or whatever, you know. But I enjoy Trick. I enjoy Trina. I enjoy Joy. I enjoy Joy, like, for real. I think she is, because the way she talks, and she's just like, and when she came in the kitchen, Bobby was cooking breakfast, and when she came in the kitchen, he was like, some bitch. She was like, who called me a bitch? And she was like, oh, that's not nice. And she's walking with her glasses, and then you hear Trick come. He was like, hey, what'd he say? I was like, yes, Trick. I knew that was his voice right away. I didn't even have to hear it twice. So, and Joy was like, did y'all lock the door? Like, who is that? Who is that at the door? And then she was like, it sounded like Trick. And he showed up to the Bahamas for Trina. I was like, yes, come on, family. I'm all with that shit. I loved it. I love every minute of it. Anyway, so he was mad. He said he wasn't going to go. Anyway. So Hood Brat, she was flowing in the booth. I was like, come on, bitch, you better flow. She was really flowing. I had to rewind it. I was like, okay, girl. And then they showed, they brought Trina's mother's ashes to the Bahamas because she wanted to go to the Bahamas. You know, before she got really, really sick, she was talking about going to the Bahamas. So they brought her ashes to the Bahamas, and that was sweet. JoJo, Shay, and Amada are sitting in the spa, girl. And, you know, Amada, she was like, she doesn't feel comfortable because she's friends. See, she's friends with Shay. And so she can't even really talk about MJ the way she wants to talk about him, because that's his sister. And that's natural, right? I don't give a damn how close you are to somebody's brother or sister or whatever. That's their family. Don't you talk about them to their family, period. I don't give a damn. I do not give a damn. Don't do it. Because as you can see, Shay she was pleading the case for her broke ass brother. She was pleading the case for his ass. How you gonna let a stranger? I said, oh, look at Shay pleading the case for her brother so they don't lose the bag. How you gonna let a complete stranger come in here and tell you about your own relationship? And she was like, girl, because the shit was familiar. I'm experiencing the same thing. She don't have to tell me anything because I'm having the same experiences. So I don't even know why I'm talking to you about it anyway. She was like, well, that's my brother and I'm gonna stick up for him and this and that. And you really, and he put his career on hold to work with your career. I said, oh, look at Shay. She really pleading the case for her broke down, dusty ass brother. And I see they figured out a way. They figured out a way because Amada and MJ are back together is what I heard. I haven't seen anything with them. You know, I don't be following them too much unless I see something, you know, online or something comes across my feed or whatever. But I don't know nothing about it. So apparently they together. So what the fuck ever. She was like, my brother, I was like, girl, shut up, Shay, anyway, let me shut up. Then, okay, so then Shay leaves. She gets mad at Amada and she leaves. She was like, bitch, I don't even know why I'm talking to you. And then Amada looks and she was like, you know what, Shay? Maybe you and I need to break up too. Maybe we need our space. Like, I was like, come on, bitch. But then, as she's walking out, oh God, as she's walking out, MJ comes in with a bottle of champagne and some roses. I was looking like, you so dusty. Who let you borrow that money to buy a bottle of Dom P? Who let you borrow some money, honey, so you can try to go get your woman back? Because you just got kicked out. Girl, I was like, this is a mess. And she was like, no, I don't think we need to take a break or whatever. We need to take a break or whatever. And he leaves. He was like, okay, whatever, you know, I still got your back or whatever. So she leaves. So they show Hood Brat, right? So Hood Brat and her boyfriend, they've been living together and this and that. Hood Brat goes through his phone and finds out that he's married. That's not just his baby's mother. That's his wife. He has a whole ass wife, is what she said down to the interview. And she was like, you know, this is over. You should have told me at the beginning of the relationship. You told me this was your baby's mom. I didn't know that you were married. I don't go with married men. I don't fuck with married men. You shouldn't have done that. She was mad. She, you know, tells him to get out or whatever. I'm not dealing with that or whatever. So she was like, I'm out of here. No, because you know, I'm looking at your text messages back and forth, and y'all talking about working on things. And no, she said you should have told her, you know, if you really was about me, you should have told her, no, I'm with this woman now, and blah blah blah. This nigga gonna say, he outside, she leaves and he comes outside, and she was like, no, you should have told me you were married. I'm not playing. I don't play that shit. I don't play second fiddle to nobody. I'm not doing none of that shit. He was like, it's not even that serious. That's how y'all husbands be talking about y'all when they trying to get some pocketbook from somebody else. He's living in a apartment with another woman and has a wife and living in another house. Yes, it does happen. But you heard him say it wasn't that serious. I said, oh, it wasn't that serious? But she'd be ready to throw her ring in Hood Brat's face at any moment. This is how your husband is talking about you. The man that you entered into this marital contract with. This is how he's talking about you. It wasn't that serious. I said, oh, okay. And then just the mere fact that he's talking about his wife like that should be an extra indication. Now, first of all, you cheating on your wife with a woman. You lying to the woman about her and saying that that's your child's mother and not your wife. Then, when she confronts you, you say it's not even that serious. More power to y'all. All right. Anyways, y'all, that's it for the time. I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. And get down in the comments. And we can have a conversation. Peace.